Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. If you're watching this in replay, cold Copenhagen. It was minus 20 degrees Celsius last night in some parts of Denmark, which is minus 4 Fahrenheit. So we've been having cold weather for quite a few days, and it's set to continue. The lakes in Copenhagen have frozen. The canals have frozen over, and they are seawater. Hi, Rosandra. Good afternoon. So yeah, it's been very cold. Haven't had any snow, and it looks like we aren't going to get any snow. But the lakes have frozen, so people have been walking about on the lakes in Copenhagen. They do that every year when they freeze over, but they don't always wait until the police say it's okay. And some people tried it a couple of weeks ago and fell through the ice. But luckily the lakes are only about 3 feet deep, but still very cold to fall into. But they have now officially said the ice is thick enough that people can go on the ice. So some people will be dusting off their ice skates and skating about in the lakes in Copenhagen. So how are you, Rosandra? Happy Friday. Got a nice easy bit to do for the WIP. Basically just filling everything in black. Good old 310. Hi Angie, good afternoon. I was just saying it was minus 20 Celsius last night in some parts of Denmark. So that got on the news. It's not very often it gets that low. So I'm still working on this tree, as you can see. So you're still getting snow, Angie? Tonight? No, okay. Where are you again, Rosandra? I can't remember. I remember, finally I've remembered that Angie is in Maryland. It's like Disneyland, but full of Marys. Denver, Colorado. Midwest. Yeah, I don't know why I even said Denver, Colorado. Obviously, I've heard it quite a lot of times. That's what comes in my head when somebody says Denver. As usual, not exactly sure where it is on the map. No snow in Denver. Is it normal to get snow in Denver? Is it normal to get snow in Maryland? I have no idea. Well, more snow than rain, really. We get very, very well. Again, we're on an island. Copenhagen is on an island called Zealand. We get less snow than mainland Denmark. Some places in mainland Denmark have got quite a bit, but we have, if you're lucky, you find areas where the sun doesn't reach. There is maybe, I don't know, half an inch, maybe, if you're lucky. You see the occasional snowman where the kids have managed to scrape up what they can find and they build a snowman out of it. But it's been so cold, it's been below freezing for at least a week, like all the time. You're getting more snow than usual. Well, today in Copenhagen, it's blue skies, but very cold. So I don't know what anybody wants to talk about today. I saw a picture just before I came on, and I don't know what group it was in, but somebody had a pink pen that had a little wheel in the end where we would normally put the multiplacers. It's the first time I've seen that. The only wheels that I've seen are those green ones, but it looks like they've actually got a little attachment. It's clear, and it has like two legs that stick up, and then the wheel. So I take it you get some tape to put around the wheel, and you're meant to use that to do the multiplacer. The first time I'd seen one. I might go into Copenhagen and take some pictures, post them up in the group, just to let you see the frozen canals. Maybe do that on Sunday. It's quite good when you get these big areas. You don't have to think about anything, just go along, fill in the holes. Oh, you've got one, Angie? Yeah. That was the first time I'd seen one like that. Do you use it? I never get bored doing single placing. Yay, DAC. Which one? Did you post in the group? I remember you finished the wave. I can't remember if you posted anything after that. Yeah, okay. Yeah. There's a lot of those little gadgets that you might think would help, and then when you try to use them, you find out that actually it'd be faster just to do them normally. I haven't actually tried the wheel, but just looking at it and thinking about how perfect everything has to be to get it to do what it's meant to do, I don't think I'll actually bother getting one. I thought about it, just getting one and doing a video just straight from opening the bag. And then I started thinking more about it, and I thought, what's the point? I know that I'm never going to use it. I don't even use multiplacers. So scrap that idea. Have you finished the licorice yet, Angie? Have you given it to friends and family? That was the sort of point, really. I was I've been sending out the Danish licorice. I mean, obviously the idea is to taste it. I think most people won't like it, but you get the enjoyment of asking friends and family to taste it and watching their reaction, which I would think would be quite amusing. Look at all those gaps. I'm setting up for a little game for tomorrow's live. If you both happen to be in, I think it'll be a bit of fun. What is it with guys? Tell him to be a man. Be a man. Be brave. Yeah, I'm thinking I really should find some of the bad stuff and send you that. See what they think of that. But they probably wouldn't even try it. The first Danish licorice that I tasted is called Salty Fish. And it's little fish shapes, and they're coated in salt. And the first time I tried one, I thought the white coating on it, I thought it was sugar. I quickly found out it wasn't, and that was a bit of an experience because I was expecting it to be really sweet, and it was like mega salty. But I actually like them. They're probably, I think I would say they're my favourite licorice. But if you don't like licorice, it's a non-starter, I suppose. Hi, Crystal. Good afternoon from Copenhagen. How are you? And where are you? Where in the world are you? You should do that, Angie. If I find another, I'll try and find another one, and you can have a little competition. And what you have to do is, if the three of you get together and take one candy each, and then you have to put it in your mouth and see who can last the longest. But I just get the feeling that they won't even try. They'll just spit it out straight away and just say, "You won, that's it." California, very nice. And what sort of temperature is it in California today? Started doing these weather reports. It's it was minus 20 Celsius in Denmark last night, which is minus 4 Fahrenheit. And the sea is starting to freeze. I'd never seen frozen sea until I moved to Denmark. Yeah, probably. No sense of adventure. So, just talking about food in general, which is your least favourite food, not counting licorice? Just to everybody in general, what is the thing that you just cannot eat? I'm actually not that fussy when it comes to food normally. The only thing that I really don't like is raw celery. I think I mentioned that before. It is horrible. Brussels sprouts are awesome, Angie. We've got Brussels sprouts in the fridge. We're going to have them this week sometime, I think. Get them rolled in butter. I never liked them when I was a kid. That's weird. I think a lot of people are like that. They don't like Brussels sprouts when they're kids, but I think your taste buds change as you get older. You're obviously very young, Angie. That's what it is. 45 degrees. I don't know what that is. See, I work in Celsius or centigrade now that I live in Denmark. I'm going to find out. 45. It's quite cold, isn't it? 7 degrees. 7 degrees Celsius. Temperature in Copenhagen just now is -7. Oh, no, it's changed. I thought that was wrong. -1. Now you can see the temperatures predicted. These are the nighttime temperatures, so -6, -7. It says -1, but when you throw in the wind chill factor, it's -6. I have no idea what the wind chill was on -20, but I think this morning when I got up it was -13, so pretty cold. Xandra, liver. We spoke about this the other day as well. Tammy won't make liver. Liver and onions is very nice. Oh no, I've remembered another one that I didn't mention last time that I won't eat again. It's tripe. Does anybody know what tripe is? My gran used to love tripe. Tripe and onions. Yeah, that's right. Well, I think, is it not actually bowel lining? I think it's, hang on. We'll ask Google just to make sure that we're not giving out misinformation. I thought it was part of the bowel, because I remember a story. What is tripe? No, it is. It's the stomach. Tripe is a type of edible lining from the stomachs of various farm animals. Most tripe is from cattle and sheep. Yuck. Just looking at it, I tried it. It was because my gran was eating it and she absolutely loved it. And I thought, okay, I'm going to try it. It was disgusting. It was like rubber, like slimy rubber. Don't want. No, I don't want. Stop advertising me. It's like that. Horrible. Eek. Liver's good for you. It's full of iron. Tammy just won't even. She won't entertain it at all. It's okay once it's been cooked. It's just a bit slippery and slimy when it's raw. Well, Tammy went to a store today that sells some stuff from the States. And in fact, give me a minute. I'm going to go and get it because I'd never seen this before. I don't know these things. I don't know these things. Okay, I'm back. So Tammy went to a store that she found out has some American stuff. And she came back with this. Sour Sis tart and tangy pickle. Made in the USA. Contents: 1 pickle. 1 puckered pickle. Do you have these things? Have you both tried these? Can't get these in Denmark. This is a speciality thing. The pickles in Denmark are sweet. So Tammy got this because she misses sour pickle. You can explain because I know nothing about it.
I just wanted to say you can tell them that they had 2 boxes of macaroni and cheese, only 2 left.
Yeah.
I bought both of them for almost...
Hang on. How much is a box of macaroni cheese in America? My favourite pickle is bread and butter. No idea what that is. Bread and butter pickles. Macaroni cheese. How much would you pay in a supermarket in the States for a box? Just a normal small box. About $1, about 50 cents.
Yeah, if you can get 'em on sale,
Rosandra
yeah.
shops at the better places.
I paid almost $6,
$6 for one box.
and they only had 2 left, so I bought them both. And these pickles cost about $5. I bought 2 of those. I hope it's a dill pickle, like a nice,
You know, somebody said dill pickle.
good. Because I've never heard of this sour sis, whatever that is. It just was a big pickle, and I was like, yeah, gotta get it.
Kraft goes for that much.
Yeah, $6 for one box, and I get offended when I have to pay that much for a box of macaroni and cheese. But you can't even order it, have it sent here. Then I have to pay taxes on it, so it ends up being more expensive anyway. So if I see it in shops, I just buy it. If I go someplace where they have it, I'll fill my suitcase.
You don't see it very often.
And pickles and whatever. Yeah. Okay, I gotta get back to work. Bye. Have fun, guys.
Bye. Yeah, Tammy's working. She works from home. She has been for months now. She's quite lucky because all she needs is internet access and she can do what she has to do. Right, bread and butter pickles. All of the pickles here are sweet. I really like them. They're very traditional as well. Very thinly sliced pickle on smørbrød, the open-faced Danish sandwiches. Very, very common on like roast beef and that sort of stuff. So why are they called bread and butter pickles? 50 cents a box, Crystal. Yeah, it's just that's what happens though if you try and get specialty stuff. It's very, very expensive. They did have a American store, Tammy was telling me, at one time in Copenhagen, and it was a place that all it sold was stuff from America that you couldn't get here, but it went out of business. I think it was just the fact everything was so expensive. The novelty of being able to get American stuff wore off pretty fast when people were having to pay 5 times the price, sort of thing. So it never worked. Angie must shop at a very posh store. She obviously doesn't know what Walmart is. I don't even know what Walmart is. I just see all the pictures of people at Walmart. We have not looking small. We have a Costco in Scotland. I think Walmart own that. But it's for business owners only, retail. I don't even know what Sam's Club is. This is the thing as well. In the groups, people talk about things like Harbour Freight. I had never heard of Harbour Freight, and I tried to find them, and then I couldn't. So Harbour Freight is an American thing, and I think you just take it for granted because you've got things down the street that everywhere in the world has them. And then you move to Denmark, and there's so many things that I can't get here that I used to take for granted in the UK. And we're only like, what, about an hour's flight away? Sam's Club. What is Sam's Club? Seems like a restaurant or something. Takeaway. Oh, are they? Oh, okay. That's like Tiger. We have a place here called Tiger. And it's just all cheap stuff. Cheap things that you buy for presents for a laugh sort of thing. Yeah, they do a sort of mixture of stuff. They do like cards and candy and things as well, but it's mostly gimmicky little things that are very poorly made in general. Sam's Club. Doesn't sound like a store. What about Joe and the Juice? Do they have Joe and the Juice in America? Sounds American. Pretty popular in Copenhagen. It's all organic sandwiches and freshly squeezed juices and fancy coffees. We have 7-Eleven here. A lot of people are surprised about that. A lot of 7-Elevens in Copenhagen. No, Joe and the Juice. Yeah, I don't know if that's a Danish thing. That's a sort of confusing thing at times as well, because the Danes will actually use English words for things at times. And it's not obvious that it's Danish. Yeah, the organic stuff is a huge thing here. We have a lot of very small sort of boutique type places that are generally very expensive. There's quite a lot of restaurants as well that have their own gardens, and they use their own produce to make their food, which is a cool idea, but prices tend to be really high. But people pay it. There's a lot of that sort of thing in Copenhagen. And we have a lot of microbreweries as well. Basically, people that have got a bit of space, a little outbuilding or something, and they brew their own beers. It's very, very popular here. And they sell it to pubs and places. I never advertised this one, so I'm not. These are just random things. I never know when I'm actually going to do them myself, but I thought I would come on while I was filling in this tree. I don't have to think, it's just basically fill the gaps. So I'm actually getting something done, unlike the last time, where I did basically nothing. We'll see if Mike turns up tomorrow. If he's on time, I think that'll be a first. Yeah, I'll let him off today. Come on, phone. I hate that when you try to go to a website and it just sits there and does nothing. Nah, give up. So, Angie, does your husband have any hobbies? He doesn't diamond paint, I know that. I just wondered if he has hobbies or not. Drinking beer and watching TV are not hobbies, I've been told. Oh, shepherd's pie. Yeah, shepherd's pie is good. You get shepherd's pie and cottage pie. To me, it's the same thing. It's like minced beef or minced meat, could be pork meat as well. Onion, peas, carrots, and then mashed potato on top. You don't get that here. Shepherd's pie is not a thing in Denmark. In fact, pies are not a thing in Denmark. Well, meat pies anyway. Diamond paints once in a while. Cool. The last time I played the PlayStation, it was a little grey thing, and it was called the PS1. So that was a long time ago. Then I got an Xbox, played that for a while, and then I don't know. I do know actually. I started doing all the snake stuff, and my spare time just disappeared. So I've totally lost track of all the games, all the gaming machines. I'm sure the graphics are way better than what I'm used to seeing. PS4. Yeah, I had, like I said, PS1. Did I have a PS2? Don't think so. I think I had the first PlayStation, and then I got an Xbox, and that was it. I was too busy running up and down the country talking to people about snakes, and then cleaning out snakes, feeding snakes, watering snakes. I had a sort of outbuilding that I got built, like a massive shed. I don't know if you use the word shed in America. It was air conditioned and climate controlled, and that's where I kept all the snakes. I used to breed quite a few different species. And that took up so much time, especially when eggs started to hatch. Never played computer games. I quite like playing them, but I mean, I don't even play World of Warcraft now. I just do this all the time. This is my hobby. I like to read as well, but I do that when I go to bed. I've got a Kindle, so normally I'm diamond painting, and then when I go to bed, I'll read for, I don't know, 15 to 30 minutes, depending how tired I am. I like reading. You just like to be different, Angie. Nearly done. I had a look at that site that you mentioned, Angie. Never really noticed anything that much different. Well, there was some stuff that was different, but they never had any pictures of the actual completed artwork. And I'm always, I don't know. To be fair, there aren't many that show you what they're going to look like. That's what I like about Diamond Art Club. That they actually have a picture of the artwork, and then next to it they have a picture of the finished piece. I wish every company would do that. You're special, Angie. You're special. I'm quite looking forward to trying this mystery one. It's going to be something different. Maybe another week. Really? I never had that much. I was just going to sleep when I read the message you sent me. But yeah, I never had that much. I just skimmed the categories and like fairies and something. Not really my cup of cocoa. And then cats, another section. I don't think it's something that I'm going to buy. But I noticed they had some unique stuff, like they had the artists' names. Hopefully that's going to pick up more. It would be nice to see more companies actually helping artists make a little bit of money, and then that encourages people to create more artwork. Because if they're doing the work and nobody's buying it, then they think, well, not much point. So they stop doing it, and that means that we're stuck with the same old, same old. So, I mean, I've noticed that there's a lot of new sites popping up, but a lot of them just seem to be, it's the same old stuff. Dunno. Angie posted a picture in the group. I don't know if you remember it. She's saying it's from a new site. She said she posted, or she thinks she posted, a picture of a canvas in the group. It was the snowman one. Can you remember Angie posting a snowman?
I remember a snowman, but I didn't remember that it was Angie that posted it.
Mm.
Why is it one like the one that I did?
No, I don't know. It's just we were just talking about
Just
a new company. It was just I thought you might remember because you like snowmen and snow and all that stuff.
yeah, I do. I'm
Yeah.
sure I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. That's one by who is it by?
I don't know.
I just brought you that because it's Friday.
Yeah, Tammy just came through and brought me beer. She's
I'm
a
bad
she's
influence.
a bad influence.
It's Friday. Okay, I gotta get back to work.
Okay. So she's working, listening to me prattling on in here, and decided to bring me a beer. She must be after something. So no, it's not a beer. It's Coca-Cola. If you hear a kss, it's Coca-Cola. Spell Queen. Yeah, that's a weird name as well for a Diamond Art Group. Website. Spell Queen. I've heard of Spelling Bee. And you'll all be thinking, what is he doing drinking beer at this time in the morning? It's actually 3:30 in the afternoon in Denmark. Okay, what colour next? D. I'll go for D. 21. Just looking back, a survival game called The Forest. Never heard of it. So what is that like Fortnite, where you have to try and survive as long as you can? I tried that, but my computer's too slow, or my connection's too slow, and I was getting killed before I saw people and stuff, so I quickly stopped playing it. It's a horror game. Oh, okay. Tammy might like that. She watches that Living Dead thing. I've never even watched a single episode of it. I can be sitting in here and I know that her and her youngest daughter are watching it because I'm sitting here and it's all reasonably quiet and you can sort of hear just the general mumble of people talking. And then you're rah, 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 and screaming and shooting, and then it goes quiet again, and then they're talking. And then 10 minutes after that, you hear rah, 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 rah. It's just like it's the same thing again and again and again. So I don't really have any interest in it. Oh, okay. So is it a multiplayer game, or is it just an individual game? Oh, what? I'm just googling it. Oh yeah, I started googling The Forest. I'll I'll find your picture just now, Angie. Oh yeah, I remember that one. Okay, it's up on the group now. The Forest, 96. It gets 9 out of 10 in Steam. And 96% liked this video game. Oh, it's an old game. Initial release, the 30th of May, 2014. No, it gets really good reviews. Tammy only plays World of Warcraft. That is the only game she plays. This is where I have to think again. What am I on? D, I think. Yeah, D. D. Yeah, Assassin's Creed, another game that I never played. So like plenty of adverts and clips for it, but just I don't know, just never played it. I tried Fortnite, like said, the connection was too slow, and I liked the idea of it. I quite enjoyed it, but there was no way that I was going to win because it was just updating too slow. But World of Warcraft is probably, well, is the game that I've played the most out of all computer games. I used to play Call of Duty a long time ago. I liked that as well. Quite like the games where you're actually playing like against and with other people rather than it just being computer generated stuff. Unreal Tournament, I like that. I don't know if that's still going. That was a good one. See, this is what I was saying, Angie. I do the checkerboard pattern everywhere, even if it's only like 3. Like that bit there, there's only 3, and I still did checkerboard. That's that bit done. I just do it all the time without thinking. What about the curved multiplacer, Angie? Have you been using that anymore? Have you changed your opinion on it? You only do checkerboard and blocking areas. Yeah. No. I don't know. I've always done this, I think. So what is the problem with it? Do you normally use a multiplacer? If you've got like a large area of the same colour, would you multiplace or would you do the checkerboard normally? Oh, I missed some 310s. $15. I've heard that like the bigger the multiplacer is, the more difficult it is to use them. I've heard that 3 is the best. Once you go over 3, it starts to get a little bit more difficult, but I've never tried it. Tammy's talking about trying the multiplacer, but the one that she's got just now, there's not a lot of the same colour anywhere, so try it. I can't. Oh yeah, she's going to be doing a Diamond Art Club next, and it has a lot of 310 around the edges, so she's going to try a multiplacer with that. I don't understand this thing, like the live chat. I've got like the 3 dots, and when I click on that, I can click on participants. And according to that, it's just you and me that are here, Angie. But when I look in the top left, where it's got the little icon of the 2 people side by side, it says there are 4 people. So I don't know which one's right. That's a bit confusing. Toggle timestamp. What's that? Okay, so the live chat thing that says participant. I've just clicked it again and you've appeared in it, Rosandra. Is it only showing people who... All right, participants. Is that people who are joining in the chat and not the number of people that are watching? I think that's maybe what it means. Okay. Toggle timestamp so I can see what time people posted. Okay. And then it's got pop out chat. That's... I didn't know I could do that. So basically I can move the chat window anywhere I want on the screen. Yeah, I should have looked at this a long time ago, because the way that we sit when we do the lives on Saturdays, Tammy's just too far away to read the comments. That's why she started using her phone. But I could have actually moved the chat window to the other side. I think she quite likes checking on the phone though. because then she can scroll back and forward to whatever she wants to check. Hi, Silver. Thanks for dropping in. Just basically random chatting about anything. I was talking about how cold it is in Denmark just now. During the night, it got down to -20 Celsius or -4 Fahrenheit, which is the coldest it's been for a long time. Thought Lisa might have dropped in. Just curious to how things are going with her finger. Her fingers. I didn't realise she had problems with the other one. What size boats do you all use? I use the big white one from this glue is very sticky. I'm not even going to try and pick it up. There you go. From that Huracan, if that's how you pronounce it. I got 2 for just under $5. They come as a pack of 2. And I like it because I use the Tic Tacs and it has the little nozzle on it. The only thing is the ridges aren't that deep. So the drills don't line up as well as some of the other ones that I've got. I've got this one. This is from Sam, Painting with Diamonds. And the ridges are, I don't know if you can tell, but the ridges are a lot deeper. So I find that the drills, when you shake it, a lot more of them sit the right way. But it doesn't have the Tic Tac thing. But what she did was she made an adapter. She's got a 3D printer, so she makes these. So she has this adapter that sits on the Tic Tac box. So the side goes up in this gap, which means that this long piece goes into the Tic Tac box. This piece sits outside so that the funnel sits up. And you just pour into that, so it fits. But over time, I've found that I keep going back to this one. Like I said, you get 2 for just under $5, which is, I think, a really good price. But Sam does a lot of different colours of trays as well. I just like the yellow, but she's got a lot of different colours. This big one only comes in, this is it, it's white, and that's it. You can't choose different colours or anything like that. The big white boat from AliExpress. I think I've seen. Is it just a big rectangle? Does it have a spout? I don't think you get much cheaper than this 2 for $5. Thing is, I never used 2, so I gave the other one to Tammy, so she uses it. But she uses, in fact, I'm just having a look. She chops and changes a lot. She uses this one a lot. It's a lot smaller. And then what else has she got? She's got one like that yellow one, but it's green. Tammy's favourite colour is green, so I ordered one for her. But there are, I think there's 2 different colours of green. This one is forest green. It's it looks kind of blue under the light. I've got the light switched to warm, so the lighting here is a kind of orangish. It's meant to be better on your eyes. If I switch it to the normal light, which is a white light, still doesn't look right. It looks more like blue. Yeah, I thought that was it. It's just a big white rectangle. It looks massive. I don't know how big it actually is. Yeah, those that small white boat. That was until I started using this big one all the time. That was my favourite one, because what I like about these is they have a square side. They're not. What have I got? Try to find something. They're not angled like that, because, well, everybody knows these things. If you've got that sitting and you just accidentally tap the side, the whole thing flips really, really easily. That's the thing that I don't like about the angled sides. And then I got this one in a kit from Mike at smithspeeds.co.uk. And as soon as I saw it, it's wider than the normal. I'm gonna open the box. It's actually a Quality Street tin, and it's full of pens and trays and stuff. Try to find the normal tray. So this is the normal standard, or was anyway. And it's got these angled sides. And then I got this one for Mike, just as a standard thing in his kit. And it's got square edges. So it sits flat. And it's harder to tip it. Like, I can tap the side there. I mean, if you press it, it will flip. But, I mean, I'm tapping the side and nothing much is happening. But if I do this one, that's about the same pressure. It just wants to flip. It's just, this is a bad design. So Mike's kits have this boat, and it is actually wider than the standard. You can see that. And the ridges, I think, are a little bit deeper. Not as deep as these. These are the best if you're wanting to get them sitting the right way. Just give this a gentle shake and most of the drills will flip the right way up. It's really good at that. But I've just started going for I wanted bigger, so I can pour more drills in without having to keep topping up. Did I take something from Tam? I did take something from Tam. I need to watch, because if I take stuff from Tammy's table and I don't put it back in the right place, I get in trouble. So yeah, I'll put it on myself. Because she'll come in and then she'll sit down and she'll look at the table and she'll say, "Have you been touching my stuff?" I'll say, "No." she'll say, "You have, this has moved, that was there." And so, hi Helen, thanks for dropping in. We were just talking about different boats. What boats do people use? So this is the one that I'm using all the time now. I got it from Huacan. I think that's how you pronounce it. So they sell them 2 for just under $5. So I use one. Gave one to Tammy, but she tends to use the smaller ones. That's what I was talking about. But there are so many now. Tammy's fine. She's actually working because of the COVID. She's been working from home for months, but she's lucky because all she needs is access to the database, which she can do from home, so it doesn't affect her. Yeah, I've got the Quality Street tin it's actually full. I used to keep my pink wax in it as well, but I don't have space anymore. This is the bag of pink wax. So these are all the pink waxes from various kits. They've all been stuck in a Diamond Art Club toolkit bag, which is full. So that got kicked out because I had no room. But in the actual Quality Street tin, I have pink pens, I have blue pens and clear pens, and I think I've got a couple or one pink pen because I ran out of space in this bag. So I've got 2 bags of pens. I have a bag of tweezers. Yeah, these bags are really good. They're really sturdy. They're good for this sort of thing. And then I've got, I'm not even going to bring them out. I've got boats. Boats and boats and boats and boats. Stacks of boats. I've got more boats than the Danish Navy. And then what have I got under here? Oh yeah. Oh, I found some wax. Didn't even know that was there. What else have we got? Yeah. Does anybody use one of these things? A little rubber funnel. I got this in a kit. I didn't buy it separate. It just came with something, and it's a funnel. So I could use it with the Tic Tac boxes because it's rubber. So I could squeeze it to fit in the top of the Tic Tac box. But what I found was because it's got all these ridges, the drills tend to sit up here, and it just gets annoying. So I don't use it. I don't think I'll ever need wax again, because I've not just got the wax. Well, I don't know how many people have seen it, but I did a YouTube video called Which Wax Wins, where I was taking 1 dot of wax from various companies, and I was just comparing them and seeing which wax put down the most dots or the most drills with 1 dot. And I've still got the original test pieces in this bag. So these were the different waxes. I wrote the names where they came from, and I did a comparison thing on YouTube. But the one that put down the most was Museum Putty, which is in the big packet here. And that put down something like, there was over 8,000 drills with 1 dot, which was way in front. Paddy wax, I never got on with the paddy wax. you see the video, it didn't work well for me. And then people were saying, you should have warmed it up, you should have done this, you should have done that. So I went and did it. I did it again. I did the Paddy Wax Revisited or something, and it still wasn't for me. When I use a wax, I want something that I basically just stick the pen in and go. Having to warm things up and then scrape it, and it was just like, I thought, why am I even doing this? So yeah, for me, the Paddy Wax just wasn't really any good. But I know a lot of people use it, and a lot of people like the various scents and colours and that sort of thing, which, I mean, it's fine. Everybody's got their own opinions and stuff, but it just didn't work for me. It was just like too much like hard work, and I don't like hard work. So yeah, microdots, I still haven't ordered them, Angie. I've heard them getting mentioned quite a lot, microdots. I might remember someday. Yeah, the kit. I mean, I said that at the vet. What do they call it? What's that thing they call it when they're going to talk about the end of a movie and they give away the thing? Spoiler alert. At the end of the Which Wax Wins, I did say that personally, I have never had a problem with the pink wax. And when I started hearing about people with all these different wax alternatives, I kept thinking, what's wrong with the pink wax? I couldn't figure out why they were complaining about it. So that's why I decided to just compare. So I had pink wax from Diamond Art Club, Home Craftology, Diamond Dots, just random ones from, I had painting with diamonds, I had blue wax. Yeah. Again, it's this, I sort of get, I'm at that point where I'm thinking, why am I testing stuff when the pink stuff works? But again, it's curiosity. But I did 10 different waxes. A lot of them were various pink waxes from different companies, but there were the few things that were different. Okay. But for me, Museum Putty was way better than anything else. But I'm still using pink wax. I mean, this is what I'm using just now. This is what I'm using. I just go into the bag and take out. When this is finished, I just go in the bag and take another piece. That's why I'm saying this stuff's going to last me forever. I haven't even touched the Museum Putty. It's just got one dot out of it, and it's a big slab of stuff. I liked it though because it's kind of spongy. When you press, I mean, I don't press hard, and I think that's got a lot. That helps a lot to get more out of them. But I can feel it when I place a drill. It's got a sort of springiness in it. The Museum Putty, it's a bit different. It sort of springs back, and I think that's what helps to make it last so long. It doesn't gradually just disappear up into the pen. It sort of springs back down again. It's quite spongy sort of feel. Feels different. Can't make the microdots. Again, this is the thing. It's okay, people saying this is great and this is great. It's one of these things where you have to try it yourself. I mean, blue tack's another one. I've seen quite a few people saying blue tack's really good, and then I saw somebody saying it doesn't work for them, and somebody else was saying it keeps leaving like greasy deposits in the drills. Again, why is it doing that? Is it because they're pressing really hard? It definitely makes a difference if you press hard on the drills and then to pick them up, and then press hard on them when you put them down. It's obviously going to have an effect. When I fill my pen and then I pick up a drill, in fact, I'll do it just now. Just make sure. And this is the other thing as well. This emptying the pen every time you fill up. I never did that at the very beginning. For months, I was basically, when it started to lose its stickiness, I would just stick the pen in the pink wax and carry on. And I did that for months. And then there was just one time I could not get it to pick up, and I didn't know what was wrong. And then I just started searching YouTube, like everybody does. And I read somewhere, or somebody said, when you're ready to put in a new, like to top up your pen, remove the old wax. So I did that, and then it worked. And then I got in the habit of doing that. Every time I was going to refill, I would take the old wax out, using a cocktail stick so you don't damage the tip of the pen. And I got in the habit of doing that. But recently, I've started just, when it's not picking up, I'm just stick it back in the pink wax and do it again. And it works fine. So I don't know. Because the way that I'm thinking about it is, okay, you've filled the pen up with your pink wax, and then you get to a point where it's not picking up, and then you put fresh wax in the tip of the pen. The only part of the wax that really matters is the part that touches the drill. If you've got dirty wax in the back of the pen, it doesn't do anything to the drill, and it doesn't fall out the tip. I've never had wax. I hear about that as well, people saying that the pink wax has been pulled out. And as far as I know, it's AB drills that do that. But I'm sure I've seen people that are just picking up normal drills, and they've said that when they put it down and they pull back, the wax comes out the pen. I've never ever had that. So I don't know what the cause is. I think maybe it could be the brass tip is beginning to go. The standard brass tips are very thin, and they do wear. And if you use a paper clip or tweezers to pick out the wax, you scrape the brass. The brass is a lot softer, so it'll sharpen the wax as well. Not the wax, the tip. And what can happen with that is you start to put circles in your drills. When you press down, it cuts a line, and you can see it. So I don't know. It could be that the tip is beginning to crack, because again, over time, the brass tip will wear. It could be that the tip has been knocked and there's a slight dent in it, so it's not a perfect circle. That affects it as well. So I don't know. I've never had the wax come out the tip of the pen, but this one is a everlasting tip, which you won't see because I don't have a light directly on it. Turn it. Can't really see it, but yeah, that's better. This is an everlasting tip, so this is stainless steel, and it's a bit thicker than the brass ones. And the idea is that it's a lot stronger, so it won't get damaged like the brass ones do. So we'll see. That's what I'm using just now. Turn that back. Okay, I'm just reading back. I wasn't reading the comments. Museum putty. No. Where do you get museum putty? I don't know. I couldn't get it. There's a story behind that. I couldn't get museum putty in Denmark. And I was talking to Ureli. Some people might know her. And I was talking to Ureli about this idea that I had of testing all these waxes. And I just happened to say that I can't find museum putty. And she said, oh, I can get that. And she said, if you want to just pay me with PayPal, I can send it over. And then she said, I've actually got some other stuff, bits and pieces of things. And she sent me paddy wax, which I never had. But I think it's just a matter of searching for it. I think it's relatively easy to get in America. You can get it in the UK, but it was just Yeah, Urelli's really cool. I mean, she's a really nice person. She was really helpful. She did a lot, and I mean, I find that in the diamond painting community in general, a lot of people are very nice, very helpful, and I think that's a big part of why I do what I do. Because it's why I do this part anyway. Because I like to talk to people and have a bit of fun and just generally talk about stuff. Nobody's trying to compete. We're not trying to say that anybody's wrong. It's just all we're doing is sharing experiences. And if somebody's got a problem with something, maybe something that somebody else is doing will help them. And it's not a competition. Although sometimes when I read posts or threads, at times it feels like somebody's trying to prove a point, and I feel that isn't what this is about. We're not competing, or we shouldn't be competing. Well, like I said, the vast majority of people are really nice, and I enjoy that. You see how shiny these drills are? If I turn the light. There it is, and it's ugliness. Look at all those gaps. I should burn this. But if I move the light, you can see this is going to look really, really nice. I did mention the drills being really shiny when I did the unboxing. Mindy, I don't know Mindy, I don't think. Mad Kitty, cool. The pen. This came from Erieside Craft in Ohio. I'm putting the pen under the light. Yeah, it came from Erieside Craft in Ohio. The only real way to get in touch with them is to join. Sounds like a plug, and it probably is, but it is the only way really to get in touch is if you join the Diamond Painting Gym Facebook group and look for Melissa. It's Melissa's dad that makes them. He's been making normal writing pens for years, and she asked her dad if he could make a diamond painting pen. So he said, okay, what do you do? Like, what is diamond painting? So she showed him what she does and how you do it. And he came up, this was his first attempt at a design. And I really like it because there's a lot of variation when you're holding the pen. You can hold it at the top of the bulb, on the bulb, under the bulb, a mixture. You can move your hand about and you're not just holding it exactly the same way all the time, which I think helps. I don't consciously change my grip, but I have noticed sometimes that I look at my hand and I think that wasn't how I was holding it earlier. I like this design. I don't use multiplacers, so I didn't want a multiplacer end. I just like this, and I have actually bought quite a few because you can go and look at the blanks that they've got and choose a blank, and then they make it. And that's what I did with this. I saw the blank. I liked the colours, very subtle, no pink in sight, and I got that one. But like I said, I got quite a few. I've got acrylic ones, I've got wooden ones, and I've got like this is a hybrid. So this is a burl wood, and it's got the acrylic in it. So that's what that is. I think I've just got so used to the shape of this one that I just use it all the time. Yeah, there's been quite a bit of discussion about this on some of the groups, and I'm going to do a YouTube video about this whole thing, about squares and rounds and gaps. I'm going to do a video, but I'm not exactly sure when. But we're doing a live tomorrow at or between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Central European time. And the drills, the squares and the rounds are going to be part of that to try and just get a point across. So that's all I'm going to say. But I will be talking about squares and rounds and the differences. Because I keep seeing it, people saying, I've just got a kit and it's got squares and I'm really worried or I'm scared or I'm apprehensive. And I'm thinking, it's a hobby. You shouldn't be feeling like that when you get a kit. I feel that so many people are making comments about how difficult it is to use squares that people who are totally new, they're apprehensive before they even try them. And I honestly don't think there is a need. So I'm definitely going to do a YouTube video about squares for beginners and explain from the very beginning the things that matter and the things that don't matter, and the gaps don't matter. Those gaps that you can see, they don't matter. If you look at the size of the gaps between round drills and the corners where they don't cover, they are huge. So I'm going to do a video about the whole thing. So this is me back to normal. I end up talking and diamond painting just goes because I can't multitask. Yeah, we always, well, Angie knows, I think Angie's been in every live, but we always try and have a bit of fun when we do the lives, and people, well, I hope anyway, people enjoy it, and it's more for a break, but I want to touch on this squares and rounds, and it's not anything, I'm not going to be sitting lecturing or anything like that. I think it'll be fun. I've turned it into a sort of little game, and we'll see how it goes. But apart from that, we'll just be talking about everything and anything as normal. To me personally, the important thing is the picture. If you like the picture, don't worry if it's square or round. Or if you're apprehensive about doing squares, get the round. But the main thing to me is the picture. That should be your main thing, not whether it's round or square. Like I'll buy things. I mean, I don't mind what they are. It's the picture that I'm looking at. And I actually, at the beginning, I kept hearing, or on YouTube and in groups, before I bought anything, I kept hearing, if you want detail, get square. And the bigger it is, the better. And I kept hearing it and kept hearing it and kept hearing it. And I thought, right, that's it. I saw a picture that I wanted. I wanted detail. So I thought, must be square. And it must be as big as I can get. So my first diamond painting was a 60 by 60 square drill diamond painting. And when I opened the box and took out the bags of drills, that's when I found out exactly how small the drills actually are and how big a 60 by 60 is. So I basically cut my teeth on that. And I never had any huge problems. Okay, Silver, thanks for dropping in. Have a good day. I never had any huge problems, but that was mainly because I had watched a lot of YouTube videos. I had picked up a lot of ideas and hints and tips and things before I even started. And that was important. I was saying in one of the other lives that I did, if I had not bought a light pad when I bought the diamond painting, I would not be diamond painting. Because I had a lot of dark symbols with dark backgrounds. And when I switched the light pad off, I couldn't make out what they were. Switched the light pad on, I could see no problem. So that was a definite game changer for me. If I hadn't known about light pads and hadn't got one, I don't think I would have finished that. But again, people do different things. Some people use lamps on top. Some people use light pads. Some people just use natural light. When you live in Denmark in the wintertime, some days you've only got maybe 3 hours of daylight, so it's not practical. Yeah, I've found that if I have white symbols, it actually works. It's better to have the light shining on top. It can make it harder to see, in my own experience. It can make it harder to see when you put the light pad underneath and switch it on. But the vast majority of the time, the light pad is on all the time. I mean, if I switch this, no, I don't want to because I need to lift everything. That's the other thing that I hate about the light pads, that touch sensitive switch thing, because I'm doing a 70 by 50 here. I've got an A4 light pad underneath the canvas, and it's like where the switch is at the moment, it's basically in the middle of the canvas. So I need to lift everything up to get my hand underneath to switch it back on. I was going to switch it off there to let you see what this looks like under just the light, but it's not a good idea because my laptop's sitting on top of stuff as well. So it's just too awkward. But that's going to change. I'm waiting on a delivery. You heard it here first. But you can see just me moving this light. Look how shiny those drills are. Just ignore the gaps. Just look at the shininess. It looks like they've actually got little lights in them. Yeah, again, I mean, we keep saying it. Everybody's got their own preferences, but it's good to know the options. And if you're not using a light pad and you're not having any problems, don't get one. If you're using a pink pen that you got with the kit and you're having no problems and you don't want to waste money on a fancy pen, don't get one. It's all personal choices. Can't wait to get this finished. Right, okay. See, again, that's a sort of personal thing. I mean, I don't know, the longest that I've diamond painted non-stop, it's way over 8 hours, but I've never timed it. I can diamond paint pretty much all day. I've never ever had any problems with a headache, and I've never had any problems, touch wood, with my hands or anything like that. But I know that quite a few people who diamond paint do have maybe a mild case of arthritis, and holding those thin pens causes pain. Just checking what lighting setting I had there. So again, I mean, I spoke about this loads of times, but the thing about these pens, or I don't mean this particular pen, but any custom pen, is they're thicker than the plastic straws that you get. And if you've got problems holding those straws for any length of time, it might be worth looking for something thicker. Not necessarily this style. Everybody's got different. That's the problem as well, though. When you're thinking about maybe getting a custom pen, you don't know what to get because you don't know what's going to be comfortable for you. Yeah, I can spend a very, very long time in a day if I sit here and just listen to music. Basically, get up at, I don't know, 5 in the morning, diamond paint for 2 or 3 hours, have some breakfast, diamond paint again, stop for lunch, diamond paint again, stop for dinner, diamond paint again till I go to bed. I can do that easily. Couldn't do it when I was using the dining table. Initially, I was just basically commandeering half of the dining table and working on that, which was fine for a while when I first started. And then I was feeling that I was getting a sore back and a sore neck, but because I was leaning over the table, and it was really starting to. At first, I had been doing like the diamond painting for a long time, and then I could feel it. But it started to get that even after 30 minutes, I could feel my back hurting. So I started looking into like getting a table that tilted, and that's what I ended up doing. And that's made a massive difference to me. And I don't have the table. I mean, this table is tilted, but it's not like that high. It's not like straight up or anywhere near that. I don't know what it's in, maybe the second or third notch. But just that slight tilt, and the fact I'm using a chair that I can adjust the height. It's a swivel chair. I can adjust the height up and down, so I can drop myself a bit lower, which I think helps because you're not bending over as much. So that's how I can diamond paint basically all day, and I don't have any pain. If I was using the dining room table, I think by this time, again, I think I would have stopped because it was causing too much pain in my back and neck. So that's just me, and different things affect different people, and it's figuring out what works for you. Yeah, time absolutely flies by when you're doing this. I mean, like I said, I normally wake up about, I don't know, sometime between 5 and 6 in the morning. And I get a good maybe 2 hours in before Tammy wakes up. And I feel as if I've hardly started, and then I can hear her alarm go. I've never done like 12 hours without stopping, but in a day, it's going to be way over 12. But again, it's not a competition. It's just like just saying. Yeah, this is what I do. I don't sit and watch TV, and I don't play computer games or anything. I just find that I sit and do this, or I'm recording YouTube videos, or I'm doing lives like this, where I totally stop because I'm too busy talking. But I think it's difficult for people who are absolutely new because there isn't a definite. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, there aren't like it isn't a definite thing. It's not like here are the rules for diamond painting and you must follow them, and everybody does exactly the same thing. They're so varied. Like like I look at things that people are working on really big diamond paintings, and they're using a tiny little table, and I think, how can you do that? I mean, this table. What have I got on here? 70 by 50. And I would say anything bigger than that is going to be bigger than the table. I like the whole thing to be flat on a table. And because Tammy's table's facing mine, I made a little cardboard bridge. So if I've got a painting that's long, I can turn it sideways and feed it across onto her table, and then it's underneath her diamond painting. So I've still got the whole thing on a table. Yeah, I mean, I don't set an alarm, but sometimes if I've been gone for a long time, Tammy will come in and say, have you had any lunch? And I'll say, oh, no, what time is it? Wood burning. I'm looking back at the comments. Silver left. Xandra's the person that does the wood burning. It's going to take me forever to remember who everybody is. There was something. When? About the table space, because you don't have a lot of space, do you, Angie? Ah, right, okay. I'm looking at the picture. When I see these things with these people don't know what I'm talking about. Hang on, I've just approved it. I'll just show what Angie posted in the Facebook group. So that's the picture that Angie just posted in the Facebook group. I take it these circles are to put your fingers in. I don't hold the tray at all. I've always got the tray sitting on the table. It's just out of the camera view. I never hold a tray. My big fat fingers would probably get jammed in there. I would find that uncomfortable, like to hold a tray all the time. Do you not get a sore elbow? Or do you just get used to it? Oh, nearly spilled my bad drills there. That was close. Okay. Yeah. Again, I've read that some people hold the drill tray all the time, but I've also seen it. People are using like an easel, and the picture is basically nearly straight up and down. So obviously you can't sit the trays. Whereas the angle that I've got, because I use these mats, these place mats, they stop things sliding, so I can sit my tray. It doesn't move. If I had just the release paper, which I've got underneath here, so these mats cover the release paper. If this was covered in release paper and I sat the tray on it, it just slides down to the bottom of the table. So these mats help to flatten everything, give me a work area, and provide friction. So things just sit, they don't slip. Ah, right, okay. I thought you were holding it while you diamond painted. And I know some people do that, and I just think that must hurt after not too long, I would think. But I don't know if it's just something that people get used to. Okay, totally forgot what I'm doing. D, I'm doing D. D. Yeah, I was going to say, when I pick up the drills, let's say I'll pick up this one, I just touch it. I don't press it at all. I just touch it and it sticks. And then when I go to put it where it's going to go, which is here, I just touch it and let go. And then if it needs pushed, I can push it and pull it if I need to. But I've seen a lot of videos where it looks as if the people actually like really press on the drill and then really press here. Like you can see as if they're like pushing hard. And I think that's why they don't get as much out of the pink wax. you can do it if you're just really, really gentle. And I think that's the secret. Rather than trying to find something else that works better. And when I showed that to Tammy, like I explained to her, just touch it. Because at first she was pressing. And now she's finding that the wax lasts a lot longer. No, I do one colour at a time in a section, but I think you mean, do you do like one colour at a time over the whole picture? No. But I do, this is the size of the release paper that I'm using now. And I like this size, it's not that big. So I basically take the original cover off, cover the whole thing in these things, and then I take off one and I do whatever's underneath it. And then when that's finished, I'll pull the mats over and cover it to keep dust off it. And then I'll lift the next one and then I'll work that one. I do it all in sections. And I also like the fact that the whole thing is covered and I can't see it. So when I finish the picture and I take everything off it, it's the first time I've seen the whole thing. Bye, Helen. Thanks for dropping in. Have a good weekend. Carpal tunnel. I don't know. I don't like exposing a lot of glue at the same time. I like everything to be covered. Again, the speed thing never really comes into it for me. I don't try and do them. I'm not trying to do them as quick as I can do them. Normally, I'm listening to music and I just do them, and that's it. I don't think, right, okay, I need to get this finished to get the next one done. I just work at whatever pace, listen to music, and eventually it's finished. But some people like to get them done. Again, this is where everybody's different. I mean, if I was in a hurry, I wouldn't be doing this, sitting talking to people, because it's basically stopping me. But it's not that important to me that I have to get it done. I mean, I don't time. I do put in the date that I started on Gems Flow and the date that I finished, but that doesn't give you a true representation of how long it took. Like saying that something took you 3 weeks, it didn't actually take 3 weeks. Because 3 weeks is 24 hours a day for 3 weeks. Nobody can work for 3 weeks solid. So I timed one. I did a custom, an 80 by 100, and I kept a note of the time. Every time I stopped the time. And that took 202 hours to do that one. And that was 8 by 100, and every drill was placed individually. And I had 350 bags of 310. So I timed that one just out of curiosity, but after that, how long it takes doesn't matter to me. Hi, Mike. Thanks for dropping in. We were talking about you earlier. Somebody was asking if you were going to get another red mark in the book, but I told them this wasn't a scheduled one, so I wasn't going to write you up for that one. I did show the boats that you do, Mike. You know, the ones with the square edges. We were talking about boats. Somebody had asked, or trays, whatever you want to call them. Somebody had asked what kind of trays people used. And Tammy has the trays that you do, the smaller ones with the square sides. She's still using that, but I've went XL. I find I'm using this one, but this is basically just a big version of the one that you put in your kits, Mike. It's got the square sides, it's got the nozzle, it fits into the Tic Tac boxes. Sectioning by eye. What do you mean by that? You mean you look for specific areas to work on? I just work at sections. Sometimes I tend to always start in the bottom right hand corner, but sometimes I'll work from right to left and work my way up, and then normally it's a biggish canvas, so I'll flip the canvas upside down and work again from the bottom right. But sometimes I start in the bottom right and work my way up, and then like do it in columns, and then turn it and do it in columns. Just I don't know, no rhyme or reason. Line it up with your line of sight instead. I don't get that. I just use these rectangles, and basically I take off a rectangle and fill it in. Line it up with your line of sight. You mean you do different sizes just depending how much you think you're going to get done? Is that what you mean? Have you any idea when you're going to do the re-gluing, Angie? Swapping over from double-sided to poured glue? Okay, something like that. Yeah, I mean, I just take these sheets off. Like, I mean, say I decided, okay, that's enough for today. Then all I do is just put that, and then make sure cover it obviously, but just press the bits that are glue, and that's it. And then I come back and just peel it off again, and then start. I have to find the glue. How do you stop the glue running off the table? What did I say? I meant double-sided glue. Did I say double-sided canvas? Double-sided canvas would actually be pretty cool if you got a glass frame or a frame that had glass on either side. And you could have like one picture on one side, another picture on the other side, hang it from the ceiling. Yeah, these pesky dogs. Jealousy is a terrible thing. So do you think you'll be in tomorrow, Mike? Yeah, pain. They are a pain, definitely. Frames. I've started, well, I've sort of stopped buying stuff just now, but I was looking at frame, like we've got a local supermarket that sells frames, but they're only like certain sizes. So I started ordering diamond paintings in the sizes that I knew the supermarket had. But there's quite a few of them are non-standard. So I'm going to have to get frames made. Well, no, I'm not. We found a thing on the internet, a company that makes any size, and you can just order them. So we've done that a few times, sizes that we can't get. And I've also taken some to a professional framer in Copenhagen. But it is expensive. Yeah, it's just we're going to be playing a little game that you might quite like, Mike. But obviously, everybody's got things to do in the real world. It's no big deal if you can't make it. It'll just be another red mark. Yeah, I think professional framing anywhere is expensive. They can look really, really good though. When they do like the coloured border, like the card, and get a much wider selection of frames. But yeah, they are expensive. But if it's something that you're maybe going to be putting up in the living room or something, and you want it to really look good, it's probably the only way to go. But after saying that, I know a lot of people do their own framing. But again, I don't know. I thought about it and I thought you have to get the glass and whatever tools you need to cut the frames. You have to get the wood, the material for the frames. It's just, it just becomes hassle. And then you end up with cut-offs that you're not going to use. Yeah, again, this is it. It's a catch-22. Whereas some people might look at it, okay, I've spent $50 on a diamond painting, I've spent hundreds of hours making it. I want it to look as good as it possibly can, and I will spend another 50. Again, it's personal choice. That's the thing, though. I mean, is there really any reason why you can't like put them on the wall like posters? The only thing is, you're going to get dust on them, and if they're not sealed, the gaps, like those huge gaps in the square drills, dust is going to get in there and stick to that glue. And then the mega huge gaps that you've got on round drills, even more dust is going to get in them. So you're going to have colour, dust in the corners, colour, dust, colour, dust. So that's the thing. It's like if you don't seal it, it's going to get dust on it. You can't stop it. I have no idea what a command strip is. A commando strip is something totally different, I would imagine. I mean, that's the thing. It's like if you don't put them in a frame where you've got glass covering them, you're going to have to do something to seal them to stop the glue. Yeah, that's cool, Rosandra. We live in the city, and just going by the windowsills, we get fumes from traffic. So you've got sort of black soot that you don't really notice until you start wiping things. We've got a lot of construction going on just now. They're digging up the streets and everything, so we've got like sand and dust and stuff in the air, which doesn't really matter too much just now because it's so cold outside. But in the summertime, we have our windows open all the time, and I can see it being a problem for us. Ah, right, okay. Thumbtacks, yep. Thumbtacks are good, but every now and again you go to press them in and they won't go. That hurts on your thumb. Little white toothpaste, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think they would look fine. I mean, people use washi tape or pieces or like strips of material and that sort of thing, and then just have them on the wall. Some people hang them on those wooden. It's like a wooden pole, and then they have them hanging on that. That looks fine as well. I mean, again, the dust. I don't know how much you would see it, but if you live somewhere where there is a lot of dust, or if you've got like cats and dogs, cat hair gets everywhere. But would you really notice it? Probably not. Nah, I've gave up trying to push these things. This glue is very sticky. See that? That's a rare sight using tweezers. Anyway, I think I'm going to go see what Tammy's up to. I think the museum putty is more for holding things that are sitting on shelves rather than things on the wall. But I don't know. So you just throw it in the wall. So you just put some strips just randomly. What you should use is Velcro. You should just get the whole wall covered like one of those. Did you ever see those things where people wear a suit and they run and they just jump against the wall and stick to it? You could just cover the whole wall in the fuzzy stuff and then put some bits on the back of the diamond painting, and then you can just peel it off and move it and stick it wherever you want. Ah, picked up 2 drills, never even noticed. Yeah, I was thinking blue tack without it because I mean canvases are heavy. Ah, right, so it's Velcro strips. Yeah, I mean the bigger diamond paintings, there is a fair bit of weight in them. I know start with the 80 by 100. Okay, one more, and then I'm going. That one. That is it. Done. Okay, I'm going to head off. So thanks for dropping in, as usual. Thanks for the chat. As I said, we'll be on tomorrow. Tammy and I will be on tomorrow, 8 till 9, the normal time. I think everybody in here's probably been in them. Yeah, no, that's it. I've put the pen down. Done. Okay, Rosandra, have a good day. Okay, so as I said, we're on tomorrow. I've got a little idea for a game, a sort of game. I think it'll be a bit of fun. So in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.